What's up, guys? This is your girl Coco, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Kiki with Coco. If you are new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about it. It is about life in general with an emphasis on relationships. And so I have my friends, guests, or family come on the show, and we kiki about whatever the topic of the day is. And so today I have with me my homegirl, Jamille. I met her through Clubhouse, which has been a great networking tool. So, Jamille, you want to go ahead and say what's up?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Can y'all see me real good? Hey.
Girl. So, you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hey, everybody. Of course, I'm Jamille. Pretty much what I do in the daytime, I'm a CSR by day, night. I do plus size modeling. Also, I just became a social media manager over Jen Leon magazine. So, guys can check that out on Instagram. So, besides that, I'm a mom, wife. I do it all, baby. about to have my own podcast coming soon, and also have a book coming out real soon. So, a lot of big things in store. So, I'm excited.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. So I'm really excited to have you on the show, and congratulations on the book that you're working on and the podcast that you will soon be posting. So I cannot wait to hear about it.
Yes, so thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, it was just like, soon as you would start talking about what you was talking about, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I need her on my show. So, I appreciate you being able to do it. And so,
Absolutely.
we got the introductions out the way. Let's go ahead and roll into the word on the street. Or no, drink with Coco, my bad. So the drink with Coco this week is just a simple glass of wine. So pretty much whatever your flavor of wine is, I would say indulge. It's a girls' night. We having this good old Kiki session. So my wine of choice is Riesling. It is sweet, but not too sweet. And then what kind of wine did you say you like, Jamille?
I mean, like the Moscato. I like a sweet type of taste with it.
Okay. And so have you had any of the it's real sweet, like a real sweet kind of wine? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Like, I have a bottle sitting on the counter right now. I can't think of it, but they start rolling out all these different flavors, and they're actually really, really good. But
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know. I don't have the name on the tip of my tongue.
Stella Rosa.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So they got all these different flavors. Like, have you tried the different flavors, or you kind of just stick to like the regular?
Well, so far I've been sticking to like just your strawberry, peaches and stuff. But I do want to start branching out into indulge in other things. So
okay.
Well, there's like a Stella Rose. There's a Stella Rose Black, I believe. I was like, I want to grab this next time and just try that, because it has to be good.
It is good. It's like a deeper taste to it than like the regular Stella Rosa.
Okay.
So I like it. I like it a lot. So I do like sweet wine, but I am kind of like starting to venture out into other ones. So I do like Cabernets, and occasionally I'll drink a Merlot. It just depends on like the audience I'm with. So like if I'm like my coworkers, they all like a drier wine. So like when I'm with them, I'll drink something drier. But like if I'm with my girls, we drinking like Moscatos and the Stellas, and I bring my bottle of Riesling, because like I said, it's sweet, but it's not real. To me, it's not real sweet. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like you just gotta look. I say read the room to know what I'm going to drink.
Yes. So now that we got this drink out the way, let's go ahead and get into the word on the street. So the first thing we're going to talk about is YFN Lucci. And I know there are a lot of people who probably like, what is a YFN Lucci? So YFN Lucci is a rapper based in Atlanta. And I have heard his music, and I actually like his songs, but if I didn't know who he was from Reginae Carter, which is Lil Wayne's daughter, who's dating him. I probably wouldn't know who he was, but
same.
Yeah, if it wasn't for her posting about him and stuff, I wouldn't know what or who a YFN Lucci is. But anyway, recently, I think on Thursday, he turned himself in for being affiliated with a murder. So did you read?
Allegedly.
But the update that I heard is that they didn't kill the person. So what happened was they dropped a dead body outside of the car and somebody saw them and reported it. But the dead body that was dropped out of the car was not somebody that they killed, but one of their friends that got killed. And instead of like just taking a person to the hospital, they just dumped them on the road. So, but basically they were like into it with some people and they were shooting at each other and the friend got killed.
Makes sense right there. Did you listen to the 911 call?
What did it say?
The 911 call was pretty much like the woman was calling. She was like real frantic because whoever saw them throw out the friend, she called the police and she allegedly to her, the person died in her arms. That's how frantic she was, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So the person was still alive when they dumped him.
So I was like, wow. So, but still, why would you dump somebody? At least dump off at the hospital. At least you just don't dump somebody off the street. That's no remorse at all. Like you just left them for dead.
Right. And y'all can't call yourselves real friends. But you know, I ain't about that street life. So maybe this is normal behavior. I'm like, I don't know nothing about these streets and how they operate. But from what I see on the TV, I'm so far removed from things that go on like that, even though I ain't never encountered anything. But I am from Chicago, so, you know, you see a little something here and there. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't know if that's normal behavior. I would have at least tried to take the person to the hospital. Maybe they would have had a chance to live, you know?
Yeah, that is what it boils down to with me is, even though it's the street, that's still your homeboy. I thought loyalty was the main thing that drives in the streets is being loyal. No, I'm not gonna throw my homegirl out and just leave it like that. No.
Yeah.
At least a roller on. Hey, ER, get her. We'll be right back. But no, I can't do that. But now I see him like allegedly he's supposed to be like the driver.
Yeah,
of the car.
Driver.
So that's why he didn't get any bail. So he got Reginae going on the shade room and stuff, giving up reports.
Right. Talking about some Ray is doing well. Girl.
First off, I said, Ray, who? I'm thinking about Roland Ray, because Roland Ray got his own situation going on. So I was like, Ray, who is this? Just say Lucci, girl.
I forget what his real name is, but Ray is what she called him. Ray is short for something else. Ray ain't his full name. And it ain't Raymond either. But but she talking about Ray is doing well, and you know he thanks you for your prayers, girl. Just go.
Like he said it like he just fell and broke his ankle or something. Like, girl, this is like murder,
right? Like he might be in prison he going to prison. He ain't going to jail. He ain't going to the county. He going to prison. Like probably a federal penitentiary.
Okay.
So young girl, be single and live your best life.
Please do. Live it up in your 20s, please.
Right. She only what? I think maybe just turned 21 or it's 22 or something like that.
She just turned 22 in November.
Wait,
I think it was November.
Yeah. So it's just like, girl,
she got bigger stuff to fire anyway, because she got to worry about her daddy, because he looking to go on in jail too. So she need to worry about her daddy right about now.
Right, because he about to go to prison too for that gun charge. Talk about they waiting on Trump to pardon him.
So he got what's today? The 17th? He got 3 days.
He got 3 days
to get you out. Nope, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It is a wrap for your people's girl. So I will say, let's keep Reginae in our prayers. And not so much YFN Lucci. Like, stop engaging in these hood activities. Y'all would not be in these situations.
Exactly. it's so much that she could be doing in here. So many other men that she can be with, like your Lil Wayne's daughter. Right. And you're not a dumb girl. Like she is smart. Because she even went off to Clark. She stopped going to college. I'm like, at least take an online course. I'm like, just get yourself together, or just figure out what you want to do, and don't keep your focus on these dudes. They'll be there.
Exactly. They will definitely be there. So, like I said, let's keep Regina Carter in our prayers. And so next, which is kind of like a really good topic I want to talk about, is Jazmine Sullivan's new EP called Heaux Tales. Yeah. And so this EP, I think it has 14 tracks on it, and they have little interludes in between each song. Basically, a woman giving some type of perspective as to an experience in relation to a relationship, or just her sexuality, owning it. And so I personally love this EP. Have you listened to the whole thing?
Oh yes, it's in constant rotation. I love Jazmine, so I'm like her biggest fan. So anything that she got, I'm gonna listen to it. And I try to tell people with listening to this album, because a lot of people that I'm coming across, they didn't like, why would she talk about this? Why would she come trick on them? I was like, if you understand her music and also listen to like some of her interviews, all of her music is theme based. So whenever she has a thing, it's gonna fall in line, and it's on point. Yeah. So just look at it from that perspective. Don't look like, oh my gosh, she's telling us to go trick out on dudes. Oh, like, girl, it's Heaux Tales. What you think?
So my perspective on it is that I think everybody can relate to what she's saying in the song. And I think for people who's like, why would she write that or whatever, it's people who are not comfortable with their sexuality. It's just like, let's be real. These are things that we out here doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, regardless of how you want to be like, oh, I'm wholesome and whatever, you got a friend that's doing it, or you secretly want to.
Or secretly doing it, just don't want everybody to know.
Exactly. Facts. So what is your favorite song on there?
Oh, I have a few. Of course, main thing with probably everybody's favorite is Own It. I love it. I love that one. I like personally Pick Up Your Feelings. That I relate to that song the most.
Yeah, because I will say I like that song too.
Yeah, guys need to get out their feelings. Come pick them up. You want to do everything, come pick up your feelings too.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. You feeling some type of way about how I'm moving, but you want me to stick around for you and all your BS that you got going on. So I'm in agreement. Like, yes, come pick up your feelings, and good day.
And good night.
Yes. good day, good night, whatever. But I will.
What's some of your favorite songs?
My favorite, of course, is On It. But if I had to pick another one, I would probably say Lost One.
Yeah, that's a top. That was my top 3. Yeah.
So I think Lost One is a good one because it's basically like the interlude prior to is saying like the girl fell in love with somebody, ended up cheating on this person, and of course that person was like, good day. You know what I'm saying? So Lost One is kind of like, you effed up and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily like a one stop. We don't know if it was a one-time thing that this person messed up and now she like, I'm gone. But it's just to the point where she's like, I'm fed up. Like, you have lost me. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can say or do to get me back. And I think in today's society, I think it's important that we understand the concept of not staying around for somebody just because we've been with them for so long, or people just expect for us to be together to make it work. Like, I have feelings, you know what I'm saying? And if you hurt me, it's my prerogative to say, I don't want to deal with this because apparently you don't value me or respect me.
That's a word. That's a word. Yeah, that's why I relate to it the most. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah,
because we as women, we give more guys more chances than they do to us.
For sure.
I hate it, but unfortunately, it's how it is. Well, once we get tired and we've given you that last chance, like, are you sure you keep doing this? Like, do you know what you're about to do? All right, holla. Once you say holla, ain't no backsies. It ain't no backsies. It's holla for life at that point. Yeah. Meet you at the crossroads. That's about it.
Well, thanks.
Shoot. Tell Uncle Charles I said what's up, but you ain't been talk to the niece. Bye.
Good day. Yes. So another song, so not necessarily, well, it's a song, the intro to the album Bodies.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
So one of my homeboys had hit me up and was like, what's your thoughts on this or whatever? So I listened to it and I was just like, I think everybody can relate to what she's saying in this song. Like, you know, I keep piling bodies up. I'm waking up, don't know who I'm with. I done got too drunk, you know. And I'm just like, I can't necessarily say I've experienced like not knowing where I was waking up. But definitely maybe woke up the next day like
what the heck did I just do? Like, really? Be like, yeah. Oh, you? Lord, get me out of here, please.
Right. Like, Lord, I promise I won't do it again. Just save me from this.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily I didn't know where or who I was waking up with, but just like, why am I doing this? Like, you know, maybe an ex, like you went back to an ex and you just like, why are we here? Again?
Or even with the person that you are with now, I'm like, okay, like we supposed to be trying to set up some boundaries. Like, why did I give in to this again? No, we agreed to this. Why am I doing this again? So I've been there from that perspective. But yeah, I've been in a situation where I'm like, I'm drunk. Usually I'm a designated driver, but I'm not waking up like, who am I sleeping with? No.
Yeah, no, me neither.
It's all another can of worms.
No. Definitely haven't done one of those. So, but you know, I'm not knocking nobody who has been in a situation like that, because I understand like you had a good night and maybe you just ended it with a good night with somebody.
All right. Look, ain't nothing wrong with that, because usually I'm the homegirl like, Jamille, can you come pick me up, please? Like, all right, I'm on my way. Did we talk about the card? I laughed like, girl, you crazy. All right. See you next time.
Right. Like, okay, I'm glad you safe. But yeah, so I think Heaux Tales, a lot of people can relate to it. I think it is because a lot of her music is also from her experience. And she said that's why it takes her so long to write songs or write albums, is because she's living her life in order to have something to write about. So I
have a question with that. With Heaux Tales, how do you compare that with the other music that she's already done?
So I will honestly say I have not, besides the stuff that's probably come on the radio, I probably have not listened to like whole bodies of work from her. But from the mainstream stuff that has come out, it's been like, especially when she first came out, you know, with Bust the Windows Out Your Car and what was it? This wasn't on the first album, but Lions and Tigers and Bears, and
I think it was.
Was it the first album?
On the first one was Fearless.
Yeah, but I love her voice, I will say, and when I do listen to her songs, it's definitely something I can relate to. Like, I've never bust windows out nobody's car, nothing like that, because I'm not about that vandalism life. But
well,
Jamille said I can relate.
I can. That was 19 and 20-year-old Jamille.
Right.
I don't regret it. I don't.
I remember my friend being like, when the song first came out, and she was going through something, and she was like, we was listening to the song, and she was like, yeah, I'ma bust the windows out his car. I said, girl, I can't. I don't know you.
See, that's how, when I first saw it, I was like, like, I feel like doing it too. And then, like, when the situation happened, just to give it a little detail, I'm like, for real? Are you serious? Like, okay, you playing, because everybody's like, oh, you're so nice. You're just so, y'all don't know. I get mad too. I got feelings too.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed it up. He couldn't remember, like, oh, I've never seen this side before. Oh my God, you really get mad. Yes, I get mad. Yeah, Are you serious? He ain't doing no more. But I still, bye.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I've never done that before, but I can definitely understand like being so mad that you do want to bust somebody windows out. Lions and Tigers and Bears, that song I can relate, because it's like, you know, you've been hurt before, and so you're afraid to open yourself up to somebody to love them. And I think everybody can relate to that, because I know like where I'm at now, like I'm definitely open to being in a relationship, but it is a scary thought to, you know, put your emotions into someone else, and, you know, with the possibility of being hurt again. But I'm just like, you know, sometimes you got to take a little bumps and bruises to, you know, get where you need to be, or get with the person that you meant to be with. So, you know, and I was just telling somebody else, like, life is the best teacher. Like, you can ask me for advice and, you know, what should you do, but life is always going to be your best teacher.
Absolutely. It's hard. It's hard. I know it's been hard for me, but as I'm learning, I'm like, so roll with it. Roll with the punches. Like, whatever happens is going to happen, but I'm still going to look for my greater good.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to come to me. So, yeah. That's where I'm at.
So,
but when you get a chance, I want you to listen to Reality Show. That's the album before Heaux Tales. That's my favorite.
That was so
long ago, because I remember
when it came out.
Yes, and just to give you a preface on that, because at first I was like, well, what's this? But I heard her like on she was like a 106 and part when it was still on, something like that. But pretty much majority of the songs, they're all based off of different reality shows. So she had one that was like from Love and Hip Hop, then one off of Empire, talking about Cookie and Lucius. That's actually my favorite song. It's called Hood Love. That's my favorite one. And she has like some songs that's like Masterpiece. That's my all-time favorite, because that's a good pick me up. Like, I'm confident. I'm a masterpiece. I'm a one of a kind. You'll cry probably like the first 3 times. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I feel it. But all around, that's a good album too.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. Love it. And hold on real quick. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited about this album, and I definitely want to go back and listen to Reality Show, because I do remember when that first dropped, and I said I was going to listen to it and probably just never got around to doing it. So I'll definitely listen to it. And do you know that song her and Bryson Tiller did, Insecure?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song.
Yes, and I even love the video too, how they included all the Insecure actors.
Yeah. That was definitely a good song, and it was a good video, just good voice, you know. Love
the message in it alone. I'm like, why you gotta be so insecure?
Girl,
you don't have to be.
You do not have to be insecure.
Nobody if you do what you're supposed to. Look, if you do what you're supposed to do, you shouldn't be insecure.
Exactly. But
my opinion.
So now that we kind of talked about Heaux Tales, and this is going to segue us into the hot cup of Coco this week. So in this week's hot cup of Coco, I want to kind of talk about women's sexuality. So I know I talked about, like, past few episodes ago about spicing up your relationship, but what does actually spicing it up mean? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in the same token, while you trying to spice it up, like, understand, like, what works for you as a woman, you know? So
absolutely.
My thing is, at this age, I'm like, I want to have the type of sex that I want to have. I don't want to have sex just because this is how this man likes to have sex, or
indeed,
you know, or not having certain kind of sex because it's not normal, or people don't normally do these type of things, or it's not, you know, it's not mainstream stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now ask me what any of this means. I do not know, because I'm not doing none of this, like, out the box type of stuff. But you know, I do think that, you know, as a woman, we should be open to trying new things, learning ourselves, you know. So what are your thoughts, Jamille?
I agree with that. Also, I want to add, you can also be able to be open enough to say, no, I'm not going to do that. So if your man is like, well, I want to do a threesome, but I just want two females, not two males. No, you want to have your fun. I want to have mine. And usually if you tell a guy, well, you get two dudes, they shut up about it. They're not going to agree to stuff like that. So
yeah, that's how you shut that down. You be like, oh, okay, well, I want to have one with two dudes. I ain't doing that with no other dude. You know what I'm saying? And so,
but if you do get a guy that do say that, right on, right on. But usually, in most cases, if you say, well, you want two girls, I want two dudes, and I want to go first, they be like, never mind, I'm good. All right, then we good. So what we gonna eat today? Like, let's change the subject that quick. No.
Yeah.
So just definitely being open. Just also with being open about your sexuality, you also need to learn about yourself. You can't try to spice it up with your man if you don't know how you want your own stuff to be pleased. So a lot of people, well, I've come to learn that they've never had an orgasm. They don't know how to pretty much masturbate, and that shocks me in a way. So I'm like, you gotta know what's down there.
Mm-hmm.
He can't know everything. He don't even know most of the time. He's just trying to just stick it in and get done and hop out.
Right. Yeah, so, I definitely think that masturbation is important. You know, it's not something a lot of us grew up being told it was okay to do. But I think it is important. It's one way to keep the body count down. One.
Okay.
But two, it just teaches you what you like for yourself. You
Absolutely.
know? Like, how would you know that you know, how do you know you climax from clitoral stimulation, or if you can climax from penetration? You know what I'm saying? Or both. If this is not something that you're trying, you know, like, that you're exploring on your own before you get with someone else. And of course, I think we all maybe might have had sex before we actually masturbated, you know.
I was the opposite. I masturbated first.
You know? All right, girl.
I had an idea of it, because I was like, okay, touch yourself. Like, all right, what's this? But like, after the first time I had sex, it was so horrible. So I was like, it was so horrible. I didn't have sex for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, I was like, okay, being the person, the Virgo that I am, like, I'm going to master this. So I'm like, okay, I need to make sure my sound is right. I need to make sure everything's fine. Because like, if somebody's going to go down there, I got to be able to, like, no, I like it like this. I'm able to do myself, but you need to do this too. So I had no problems with this.
Okay, girl. Well, you went into it like, I know what I like. I did not. I was just like, is this what it's supposed to be like? And still just not even really getting into masturbation until I was like older. And I will say in my 30s to be like, I'm comfortable with this, with masturbation, And then when I think about, when you're dealing with guys and, they like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. And you just be like,
what?
I cannot. I'd be like, I cannot. But definitely, I think it's important to understand also why you aren't open to doing certain things as well. Like, could this be tied to some type of trauma? Are you just afraid of what people are gonna think of you if you be like, yeah, I did this before? Or like what is it that's holding you back from opening yourself up sexually?
Absolutely. And some people, they just looking like, well, maybe I wouldn't look right now. Like, when you watch like a porno, it looks good on when they do it, but you try to imitate. I'm like, wait, why I'm not bouncing like how she is? Why I'm not? I've been there before, so I can admit that. I'm like, well, how's she able to do all of this? I can't do.
Yeah, I be thinking that too. I be like, now how she doing all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is energy coming from? Like, did she have to drink a lot of water? Like,
a 5-hour energy or something?
Right. Like, and you want me to do all of that? Like, my leg.
Then go for more rounds on top of that. Like,
girl, I be like, my leg go this way. It don't go that way. Okay, this way only.
Look, then have to take a Tylenol and got a cramp. Like, come on now, this is too much.
Yeah, and dudes really, and I don't know if that's a problem or not, but I feel like dudes want to do what they see in pornos, and then they bring it to us, and it's just kind of like, do you know that that's staged? Do you know what all go into them doing these things? Like, you can't just pop up and be like, yeah, let's do this.
Or at least, rather, because it's been something like I've actually set up and like watched the porno. Like, okay, like, you want to do this? Like, can I at least see it with you so we can at least get an idea of what's supposed to go on? Then we realize we're both looking stupid. So I'm like, yeah, we don't need to do this. Next.
Okay. So I think that's a good way to be like, yeah, we ain't doing that. Like, okay, let's watch it together. Let's try it out. Oh, we look dumb. Okay, we don't gotta do that no more.
And me, I laugh too. So I was like, this ain't it. Like, just stop. Like, stop. Crack jokes and everything. Like, I don't see how much them now. I'm like, you just think this is so fun. I said, yes. I was like, because you be watching, like, you see how it plays out in real life. You're like, okay, this not how it's supposed to go.
Right.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. This ain't the new we about to be doing.
Not in 2021. No, ma'am.
Yeah, but I will say, I think that in the times we live in now, women are able to be more liberated, and women are more liberated to do more. I think whenever the women's movement was, I want to say in the 60s, like, women were wanting to be treated as equal, wanting to be seen as sexual beings. And I think now, outside of wanting to be seen as a sexual being, a lot of us are opening ourselves up to doing and trying new things. And like I say, I don't think it's only important to do it to try and spice up your relationship, but as I mentioned before, to just do it because that's what you want to do, and you want to try something that's going to make you feel good and not necessarily the other person. And I think that is the most important takeaway is don't do anything because you're trying to please the person that you're with. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it because that's what you genuinely want to do. And I think that if you can't bring yourself to do it and the person that you're with is not okay with not trying this new thing, or you feel like they're trying to coax you into doing things that you don't want to do, it's important to know, like, maybe this is not the situation for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I'm with somebody and they want to do all these things that I'm not necessarily comfortable with, I'd be like, you know what? I don't think this is the relationship for me, because
if you're trying to get me to, if you're trying to force me to doing this, no telling what else you're gonna try and force me to do. No.
And then it's also like, just because I'm not doing this, I don't want you to not be fulfilled either. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's just best that we part ways so that you can go and be or find someone that is into these things, you know?
And then they're gonna come right back and be like, they're gonna come right back and say, well, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. You knew that. Stop trying to be like Wesley Pipes or something. Stop being Mr. Marcus and just be yourself, please.
Right. But yeah, so I think that is pretty important to, you know, put it out there that, you know, it's okay to be open to doing things, but never do anything that you're uncomfortable with.
Absolutely. And as it goes along with that, with owning your sexuality, it also goes into how you look at yourself as well. Because if you don't really love your body, you're not going to be open as well when it comes to that. Because some people do have sex with the lights off because of how they feel. Some people like to keep on the t-shirt or something. And I've been there before as well, like, no, turn off the lights. Like, no, I don't want you to see me. But I've had to come with it myself, like, if you're going to love all me or none of me, so choose one. Turn on that light. You finna see all of this. You're going to flop on out, but touch it, rub it, lick it, do something.
I say lights on, lights off. However it end up happening, that's just how it's gonna be.
You're gonna deal with it.
You gonna see this fupa, okay?
All of it.
Yes. But, you know, now that we done kind of talked about, you know, women learning themselves, being comfortable with being sexual and, you know, that type of thing, let's kind of like open it up just a tad, you know, tell a little tale or two. If you don't mind.
Well, it's pretty much just in general with me. Of course, the type of person that I am is, I feel like I gotta perfect everything. That's a blessing and a curse in the same sentence. But with me just becoming of me having sex, I had sex in my teens. And I didn't like it. I was like, because I've heard about like being like within groups that I was in, and it was like, oh, I did this. I was like, what's the big hype? What y'all doing this? So what's the big hype about it? So I did it, and I was like, this is horrible. I said, y'all got y'all hopes up. It's like, I might as well just keep doing it to myself because I can only please myself. Yeah. But then when you get with, you know, I try to perfect myself and do what I need to do. So when I stepped out there again, I'm like, oh, I got it now. We're good. But even though going through cause I'm 31, so even though going through my 20s, I'm like, okay, had like weight gain, looking at my own body image, like, I don't think he gonna want me to do this, or try to tone it down. Then I had to think about, it's like, no, you comfortable within yourself, you should be able to do whatever. And especially as long as you talk about it with your partner, y'all want to try whatever. Go into, like me and my husband, we went into a sex toy store. He's like, you want to try this? But let me tell y'all this. I'll tell you a funny one. We went into the sex store. We thought we was trying to be kinky. Buy the little bullets. And read the instructions. I'll say that. Read the instructions, please. This wasn't the ones that had an attachment. We now have one that has like, it's attached where you can control it. But this one, you just twist it in. Zzz. So we get back to the house. We thinking we got it. So he puts it down like on the clit or whatever. I was okay, everything's going great. But then like he puts it inside of me. I was like, okay, this is different. This is cool. Child, he done pushed it up too far. And I'm like, just, I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be like this. I keep buzzing, like, stop. I freaked out. He was like, oh my God. He's like, I can't pull it out. He's up in me trying to pull it out. I was like, Sex about to send me to the ER. This is not right. I'm like, just please, Lord, please get it. I said, I don't want to go to the hospital and let them remove this out of me. So I literally had to use my muscles. You do your Kegel exercise, people. I would have to use my muscles to try to push it out.
Uh-huh.
That's the funniest thing.
Is that how you got it out?
The one that I have now has a string attached to where I can do a remote control. But this one, it was just the
bullet itself.
Yeah, you just pop it out, put the little battery in it, twist it back up. Never again when I get that. Never. Yeah. No. I still have to laugh at myself because I was like, how did we not in the paper instructors were right there. We were just so excited to go to a sex store. So no.
So one thing that I have tried, that I didn't know how I felt about it. Like I was a little on the, but it was me that was wanting to do this because I'm like, I just want to try it out. So, you know the porn star King Noir?
Yeah.
So he is also like a BDSM instructor or whatever. And so he was on another podcast and he was basically like flogging, like he was demonstrating how to flog somebody. And you know what a flog is, right?
Yeah. For the people, explain to the people that don't understand what flogging is.
So a flogger is where it's like a whip, but it has like these many like leather tails to it or whatever. And you know, you whip somebody with
whip it up.
Yeah. So how he was explaining it, he was saying like, you kind of start like, say like the person is bent over. So you like, and he had like two of them. So he's like doing like this, but he's like, you start from the shoulders and then kind of work your way down to the butt. And then he's like, you know, the person is probably like super turned on. So the pain factor isn't there. It's more of like a pleasurable feeling. So I'm like, I think I need to try this out.
Okay.
So I tried it. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. So I would definitely say if y'all want to try something different, but you don't want to get too into it, you know, like this might be a starter to get you up in there, you know. And Bedroom Candy, I think, has a really good flogger. Like it's a beginner.
They have like a whole kit.
Yeah, they have a whole kit, but like a BDSM kit, like you can put a choker on somebody, handcuff, flog, you know, paddle. They got a lot of stuff. But this flogger, I believe, is a beginner's flogger. Like it's not
it's real small. It's not
it's small, but it's not too heavy, like to like give you the sensation of what it feel like without feeling like you're hurting someone or being hurt. I think that's a good starter. So I'll put that in the show notes for you guys to go ahead and check that out. But I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely, I think, opened me up to want to try more things.
Well, I need to try that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. One last thing, like some people, like, well, me, even with that, because I was like, I should be able to enjoy that because I've become to love a new position. Well, I call it the choke and stroke. And I actually learned about it. I'm in a wives group on Facebook called Wife Code, and they have this we have Wives After Dark. So wives, they go in there and they give like different tips. And usually I'm good with like, well, this is what I do or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, choke and stroke. I was like, what's choke and stroke, girl? She was like, when he behind you and he chokes you, or missionary side when he chokes, she said, that's going to be the best one. She said, because if you haven't squirted before, you going to do it now. So I was like, why? I don't need help in no squirting part, so I'm good. But she's like, no, just try it. Then got put onto the song called 40 Shades of Choke by Ari Lennox. Listen to it. You haven't heard the song.
You say 40 what now?
40 Shades of Choke.
40 Shades of Choke.
Yes, because pretty much she said, I just want your hands around my throat. And she sings it so well. And you can even play it while you're being choked and stroked. It's going to heighten the moment.
Yeah.
Child, I was like, let me just try this out. I told him to put his hand on my throat, and I was like hanging out the bed. He was like, are you sure? I was like, yes, put your hands around my throat. Because I was like, Ari, tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, harder. And so I realized, like, Lord, are you going? I'm about to pass out. But it was like I was going into like a whole nother dimension. I was like, oh, I enjoy this. And I was like, I'm like, harder. Child. Waterfall fell. It was he was like, this what this make you do? Where are you learning this stuff from? I said, from other wives. You're welcome. Did you enjoy it?
All right.
But he was looking like he's about to kill me. He's like, I don't like this. I said, well, if you don't like it, so he said, no, we can do it again. I just got to get comfortable with it. Like, all right. Yeah. We've been on and popping since.
Yes, the choke and stroke. I'm here for it.
Throat baby.
Yes, I'm all the way here for it. But yeah, I think it is like there are so many different type of things, and it don't have to be super outlandish for you to try. So as she mentioned, the choke and stroke, which doesn't require any additional equipment. You know, I think toys in the bedroom are a nice way to spice it up. You know,
just follow instructions, folks, please. Please. Don't be like,
don't let sex take you to the ER now. But I think toys in your couple is good. It is I think it's another way for you all to connect, and it's also another way to allow a man pleasure. Because most time, if you think about it, there aren't a lot of male sex toys, and so they don't really get like the same vibrations and things that we get. So if you can get something that's going to allow him to get a vibrate as well, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a nice additive to the bedroom. So
yes. See, all that helps out. Look, it can save a relationship, child.
Yeah, like I definitely think that, you know, even though people say sex is not the most important thing in a relationship, it is not, but it is important in a relationship to be able to please each other in a sexual way. And hopefully, like, being open to trying new things together will allow y'all relationship to expand in other areas, because I've heard a lot of couples say that, you know, having that open communication within their sex life allows them to be open and honest in other areas as well.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And even with that, just getting to learn each other's bodies. Like some, they like to be sensual. Some people like to just be kissed from head to toe. Some people, they just want to just go right into it. I'm going to make sure of both, depending on how I'm feeling. If I done had a few drinks, I'm like, let's go. But usually I'm more of a sensual, like, I got to kiss you. I got to touch you. Like
it's a whole body experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just a good release.
It is. Like, I like sensual. I had one ex say, you always trying to make love. Like, this ain't no make love.
Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with making love.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with making love. And I'm definitely here for the make love. But sometimes, you know, it requires another type, you know, maybe a little rough or a little fast. I ain't with that fast, but don't try and 5-minute me. Okay.
At least like do a build up. Like, can we start slow and then fast and then go back? Like, let's go in cycles, please. Mm-hmm. There's an art to it.
Yeah. So, but and another thing with being open sexually is communication. Like, communicate what it is that is going on. Like, if y'all trying something new and you don't like it, say, I don't like this. Let's not do this anymore. You know, like, you do not have to keep doing something because this is what your person wants. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it may be a buzzkill to stop what's going on in the middle of the situation, but at the same time, if you're not comfortable, you know, that should be taken into account, and your person should want you to feel comfortable. So, and I think when you feel safe, it allows you to open up more as well. Like, absolutely. If you, like, fresh out the gate, if, you know, being kinky or open is not like your thing, like, it's okay to build up. Like, fresh out the gate with somebody new, like, of course you wouldn't be doing like a whole bunch of stuff that you're not used to. But if you've been with somebody for a minute and you feel comfortable, this person allows you to feel safe, like, go ahead, try it out.
And let us know, please.
Yes, if you try out something new, let me know. And no, it won't be aired on the show. I may air it anonymously. I ain't gonna put your name out there. But, you know, anonymously, I'll give people an update to let people know, like, y'all out here opening yourselves up. You know, I definitely feel that this podcast or this avenue has given me a place to feel safe. And, like, even though it's a lot of people listening or whatever, I still feel like it's a safe space for me to express myself. Absolutely. I would, before doing this podcast, I would never speak openly outside of my friend group, you know, about what it is that I like. But like I said, I'm starting to get more open and more comfortable with talking about these types of things, because sex is a huge part of people's relationships and people want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So I totally agree with that. And as you can see, like, we are both normal looking women. We not no dominatrix type looking girls. We don't look like street walkers, as your grandma or your mama used to call
floozies. Well, my granny says floozy.
them street women. You know, but we regular people, you know, who are growing. I wouldn't say I'm all the way there. Jamille, would you say, like, you open, or you still growing? Or
I'm always growing, always. Because I mean, in ways I feel like I may be too open in some areas, and I'm learning to control it, I would say. I'm learning to control my ways. That's why I just educate. That's why I'm trying to do my book.
Yes.
So with that, just want to just teach women how to pretty much properly, what's the benefits from masturbation? Because with that, it can go into, if you're into sexual manifesting while you masturbate, that's a lot. Like, think of a goal while you masturbating. By the time you orgasm, just see the life that you want and you manifest. That works, by the way.
I have heard that before, but they called it sex magic.
In those terms, it is, but you can manifest. It works. It works.
I heard it works.
It's just you doing it to yourself. Mm-hmm. Or I've heard of this is a new thing I just learned about. You can do it with a partner, but I'm like, no, because if he's a little toxic, no, I don't need him.
I don't need that blocking my blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you're not gonna stop my bag. No, I'm trying to do where the money resides. Not
where the money reside. Where the money reside. But yes, I am. I definitely believe that as women, we need to be less judgmental. You know, when we see people in the media, like women doing certain things just because it's not your cup of tea, you know, being judgmental to others, because that's what has kept everybody from being so afraid to do things, because you're just afraid of what people are going to think of you. And I mean, you don't have to tell nobody that you doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could just be between you and your partner. But don't feel guilty because you like to do certain things that some other people may not like. Um, you know,
I mean,
so
God gave us these parts. He gave us this for a reason. We got to utilize it. Use it for your good. I would say use it for your good.
yes, I would definitely say use it for your own good, not for anybody else's. And, you know, if you just so happen to have somebody else involved in your situation that can heighten the experience, great. You know, that you can share in that with someone, then great. But learn how to do it for yourself, because I have learned during this quarantine. I've been in the house for one whole year almost, it seems.
Same. Because I work from home, so yes.
Yes. So I've been in the house this past year, and coming in contact with people has been hard. So, you know, got to do it for myself. So, and it's important that we be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have to do as well. Even like, man, I don't want to be around people, but then I get around people like, oh, that's why I don't want to be around y'all. Let me go back to my
Right. Let me go back in the house.
Yeah, it's like I'm good. Put my mask back on. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share?
Final thoughts. Go listen to Heaux Tales. Like, get into it. You'll learn something. Just
and if
keep
you
an open mind.
Yes. And if you haven't listened to any of Jazmine Sullivan's other music, like, definitely check that out. She is a talented artist. She writes her own music, which is something we don't get from a lot of artists. So I think it's a crack, like, it's definitely a skill, because not everybody can write music. So you may be able to sing, also, but you may not be able to write.
With that, she sings live. She's an artist that her music sounds better live than it does in the studio. Her mic is on, in the words of Prince. Her mic is on.
Yeah.
Some people have to lip sync. She does not lip sync at all.
Yeah. So my final words are, definitely listen to Heaux Tales and anything Jazmine Sullivan related. And, you know, be open.
Be you.
Be you. You know, communicate how you feel. Because, like, say, if you go ahead and follow through with an action, you know, if you didn't like it, like, afterwards, just be like, you know, I didn't like that. You know, I don't want to do that again. And it's okay that you say that. Like, you tried it and you didn't like it. So don't feel afraid to speak your truth. Like, if you don't like something, say it. If you like something, say that. Because that's the only way that you're going to get the maximum amount of satisfaction. So, you know, just be kind to yourself, love yourself, and be open. So,
I agree.
Do you want to let people know where they can follow you at on social media?
Yes, absolutely. On Instagram, my name is Glow Up, GLOWUP MILLE. On Clubhouse, it's just all together, Glow Up Meal. Same on Twitter, Glow Up Meal. Find me there. Hey, I love to see you guys.
So, yes, I would definitely say if you are in some type of business, definitely get on Clubhouse, because there are so many different reasons people are there. A majority of people are there to network, and I have met a nice amount of people to network with. I'm super excited about Clubhouse. No, I ain't on there every day. I can't be on there every day. I be getting notifications every day, and I be like, go to sleep.
Yeah, it is all night long. And then I just happened to click on one time and it was like, all right, let's reset the room respectfully. One mic, one. I was like, oh Lord, like it's time to get right back off. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Like I wake up at like 8:00 on the weekend in the UK. In the States, like let's go East Coast, that's 3:00 in the morning. It's people still on Clubhouse at 3:00 in the morning, just talking. Like besides networking, people get on there and just talk about whatever. And so I definitely think from a podcast perspective, you can meet a lot of people, you know, for different subject matters. You know, you can get in this room, like you can find topics to talk about, you know, from these conversations that people are having in these rooms. And so I definitely say get into Clubhouse. I'm sure somebody got some invites, you know, to invite people into it, but
yeah, they're now starting to get off 3 at a time.
Oh, are they?
Because I just went up. I checked mine. Once I checked mine like earlier this past week, and I was like, wait, how did I get 3 more on there? And then I seen other people on social media. It was like, oh, I got 3 more invites too. I was like, okay, well, who want them? Y'all can have them.
Yeah. So, you know, reach out to your folks that you know are out on Clubhouse so you can get your invite into it. I have, you know, hit up my website. I have my I'm Black 25-8 t-shirts. And then I just dropped my Drink with Coco shot glasses this month. So go ahead, get y'all some shot glasses so y'all can turn up. It's a party, guys. Like shot glass.
Lituation.
Yes, it's a lituation. So get lit, get your shot glasses and be litty. And so I have that going on. And then if there are any people who need advice, I can read your letters anonymously on the show in the Ask Coco segment. And yes, y'all can contact me on social media, Instagram, Twitter at Kiki with Coco. It's KIKIING with Coco, not with an H on the end. And Facebook, Kiki with Coco as well. I have a page, Kiki with Coco, so you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Clubhouse is Kiki with Coco as well. So as always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and until next time, bye.
Bye, guys.